Televisa presenta.
Good evening and welcome to the evening news. Tonight we turn our attention to the Philippines, a nation that faces some of the most severe challenges posed by natural disasters, typhoons in particular, wreak havoc on this island nation, leaving a trail of destruction and despair. Our reporters Megan, Pedro, Alex, and Sophia bring us the latest on the ongoing crisis. As the Philippines grapples with the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan and braces for future storms, the resilience and resolve of its people shine through. From international aid to local initiatives, the collective response underscores the importance of solidarity in times of crisis. Stay tuned and as we monitor the developments in this ongoing story. That's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. The origin of this crisis can be traced back to November 2013, when Typhoon Haiyan, known locally as Yolanda, struck Southeast Asia, devastating the Philippines. It left a path of destruction, affecting over 14 million people and claiming more than 8,000 lives. The Philippines is one of the most vulnerable countries in the world against natural disasters. The Philippines experienced its worst natural disaster in November 2013. Disaster struck on 4:40 a.m. when Typhoon Haiyan struck Southeast Asia, particularly detrimental to the Philippines. With wind speeds reaching an unprecedented 350 kilometers per hour, it was the strongest tropical cyclone ever recorded at that time. It struck Southeast Asia, particularly detrimental to the Philippines. With wind speeds reaching an unprecedented 350 kilometers per hour, it was the strongest tropical cyclone ever recorded at that time. The Category 5 typhoon affected more than 14 million people, displacing millions. With a 600-kilometer diameter, the tropical storm originated in the northwest Pacific Ocean. It tore through the Philippines at record wind speeds before losing power and moving northwest.
This catastrophic event underscored the vulnerability of the Philippines to natural disasters. As one of the most disaster-prone countries in the world, the Philippines face an average of 20 typhoons each year, making it imperative for the nation to bolster its resilience and disaster preparedness. Climate change exacerbates this issue, leading to more intense and frequent typhoons. Warmer sea surface temperatures provide the energy needed for typhoon formation, and rising global temperatures only worsen the situation. The Philippines, with its warm ocean surroundings, becomes a hotspot for these destructive storms. The increase in temperature and climate changes contribute significantly to the intensity and frequency of typhoons. This phenomenon poses a great threat not only to the Philippines but also to other vulnerable regions across the globe, highlighting the urgent need for concerted global action to address climate change.
Migration flows began as a consequence of these disasters, with millions displaced from their homes. The destruction of infrastructure and livelihoods pushed many into poverty, forcing them to seek refuge elsewhere. The aftermath of the Typhoon Haiyan also triggered political turmoil, with populist movements gaining attraction amid dissatisfaction with government responses. The economic and social impact of typhoon like Haiyan is profound. Widespread damage to infrastructure, including housing and agricultural land, disrupts livelihoods and exacerbates poverty. The resulting displacement of millions of people strains resources and poses a significant challenge for both local and national authorities. The economic loss of the typhoon has been calculated around 12 to 15,000 million after the aftermath. Yolanda also provided the avenue of populist performance of Rodrigo Duterte at a national scale, while causing a breakdown in Philippine democratic system and created a lot of political bias among the population due to the reaction of various politicians. The social effect was around 14 million people were affected by Haiyan.
Strong winds and heavy rainfall caused widespread damage. The typhoon damaged 1.1 million houses, destroyed 33 million. Winds intense and heavy rainfall caused widespread damage. The typhoon damaged 1.1 million houses, destroyed 33 million coconut trees, a major source of livelihoods, and pushed approximately 2.3 million people into poverty.
People associate Typhoon Haiyan with the destruction of Tacloban city. The town suffered from the full force of the cyclone. However, Haiyan also devastated more remote locations. On the islands of Cebu, Coron, Leyte, Samar, and Panay, the economic losses were particularly severe. On the island of Leyte, coconut trees were a main source of income, but these were destroyed.
International efforts have been mobilized to address the crisis. After the hurricane, the Philippines began a reconstruction process and to this end counted on the help of international humanitarian organizations such as Arbiter Salvador Bang, the German Maltese Cross and Care International Care, and the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, ANOCA. They asked for donations to aid the 4 million citizens that were left without shelter. The first days were basically by providing water, food, and hygiene items and mosquito nets. During the wreck, 5.9 million workers' livelihoods were disrupted. After the storm, it was important to reestablish employment and livelihoods to survivors. The International Labor Organization has directly supported more than 15,000 people since November 2013.
The Philippines has implemented various measures to mitigate the future disasters. These measures have been the building of resilient infrastructure, climate adaptation measures, multi-sector long-term programs, community-based disaster risk reduction, improvement of the building methods, reconstruction of historic places, enhance of early warning systems, and increase in the funding of all the construction projects and long-term projects. Even after the implementation of all these measures, the Philippines is still recovering from the disaster and is still learning new lessons from the disaster.
Yeah.
Now,
Despite these efforts, challenges persist in addressing the root causes of vulnerability to natural disasters. The need for sustainable development practices, effective Despite these efforts, challenges persist in addressing the root causes of vulnerability to natural disasters. The need for sustainable development practices, effective disaster risk reduction strategies, and international cooperation remains paramount in building resilience and ensuring the well-being of communities vulnerable to typhoons and other extreme weather events.
looking ahead, the 5 next years pose both challenges and opportunities. While efforts to mitigate the disaster risk and support affected communities, the evolving climate presents new hurdles. The Philippines serves as a case for disaster risk reduction and adaptation, but ongoing cooperation and innovation will be essential in facing future threats.
Analyzing this through the lens of international relations theories, it's evident that liberalism plays a significant role. Humanity interest among states and international organizations is crucial in addressing the global consequences of climate change. Climate change has a global effect which is too big for any of the states to effectively address, and cooperation between organizations will be necessary. By working together, countries can enhance disaster resilience and support affected populations. In this case, through communication and cooperation, the Philippines have managed to improve the circumstances surrounding these natural disasters. As the international community deals with the complexities of climate change and its consequences, the Philippines stands as a testament to the resilience and determination of its people in the face of adversity. Together, let us remain vigilant and proactive in addressing the urgent challenges posed by natural disasters and climate change.
Tend everything as the Philippines grapples with the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan and braces for future storms, the resilience and resolve of its people shine through. From international aid to local initiatives, the collective response underscores the importance of solidarity. In times of crisis. Stay tuned as we monitor developments in the outgoing story. That's all for tonight, and thank you for joining us. Bye.